What is going on, everybody? This is Art coming at you with another video. Wanted to talk about how basically the internet or social media in general has lifted the veil upon women, and men are now starting to see women at who they really are. And I'm happy for it. Social media is the greatest detriment to women ever, because I put it to you like this: back in the day, men can only understand what women are from other men or what society has told them. So there's been a lot of fog into who women are, especially when they start lying, because women don't like to be called out on their bullshit, and so they lie about what happened in the past, this, that, and the third. But because of technology, men have started to understand who women are in general. Like I said, I have been on the internet for a good bit. I won't say forever, but I'll say for a good bit. And I've been in forums. And if you knew anything about what forums were back in the late 90s, 2000s, there were like message boards where you just go ahead and talk, and you talk to a group of people, like pretty much like Reddit. But they were designated to like Yahoo Messenger. God, yeah, I'm old. Yahoo Messenger, message boards and stuff like that. Black Planet, stuff like that. And men get to talking. And in those groups or message boards, I start to see a lot of stuff that men were going through when it came to marriage. I mean, I still remember the one message board I visited where a guy said, like, the only time he has sex is on his birthday. And he complained about it. He couldn't complain about it to his wife, because then it'd be like, oh, you just, a monster, this, that, and the third. And people, you can't complain about your wife not fucking you to everybody, because it's like, to other people, it's like, oh, what are you doing wrong? And you could not be doing nothing wrong. It's just that she's just not that attracted to you. She prioritizes everything else besides you. And it becomes a sucky situation. And then that's when I started realizing that there's a lot of fucking married men who don't have sex. When I started reading all those messages, and it was just about men not having sex with their wives, the wives had taken their kids away from them, even men who were SA'd by their aunts, uncles, or whatever, and they talked about this stuff. Men go through a lot. That's when I realized, like, men go through a lot, and it's not talked about. We never talk about what men issues are. But that's another conversation for another day. But this conversation is just about what female nature is. And recently, what you find out is that there's a lot of bullshit that's been tossed around. Now you can compare notes with other guys across the world, other guys across from the other side of the continent. And you realize that you're not alone, that you have the exact same experience. You're not just some one-off. Like, there's something wrong with you. There are other people having the same issues that you're having. And you're thinking the same thing, and you're not crazy. Women are full of bullshit. And a lot of guys now have realized that because of these spaces, and even so, women's own mouths. See, social media has destroyed what the older generation tried to do, was to hide some of the bullshit they would do. And the older generation was good about it, because they never spoke upon it. They probably spoke about privately, but it never did it openly to where everybody could hear. But you new chicks, you new bitches, y'all let everything out the bag. I mean, y'all let everything out the bag. You tell people exactly what it is. Oh, it used to be like, oh, nice guys don't finish last, da 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 da. And there was a little bit of pushback on it, but now you girls are saying like, yeah, nice guys finish last because I don't want a nice guy. I want me someone toxic and that can make me feel just feeling dangerous and stuff like that. You are do not give a fuck. You are not trying to hide and make yourselves look pretty. Y'all saying exactly the exact truth, and it's funny to me. Because now y'all complaining that, oh, guys don't want to approach me. Who wants to deal with that? Who wants to deal with a chick that's unstable, that don't know what she wants, that want to deal with some type of toxic traits? Who wants to deal with a chick that is basically what she's going to do is, and I even hear a girl say this, she needs a guy to pay her bills, but she needs another guy to fuck her. She's compartmentalizing her dating habits. This guy is good for paying my bills, but this guy is good for fucking me. So I'm going to have both. I want to have both. That's basically what she wants. That is basically what she wants. And guys are looking at this like, whoa, wait a minute. Girls are not all this sunshine and rainbows and puppy dog tails and nice and sugar and spice. She won't made with the Powerpuff Girl serum. She is a asshole. A lot of these chicks are assholes. Not all, but but even the ones that don't have a lot of these traits have a little bit of these traits. They are assholes. They don't care. They do not. A lot of these chicks do not look at you as a human. They look at you as a wallet. And that's what it is, because as soon as you lose your job, you can't provide at the same level as you once were, they will leave you. This is why a lot of guys and a lot of teenagers that listen to this space are just like, I'm done with dating. I'm just gonna play video games. I'm just gonna hang out with my friends. I'm gonna do stuff that makes me happy. I'm sitting, it's the old MGTOW sentiment. I will sit on my hands because the society does not work for me. Because even if I do marry this chick, she is legally able to take half of my shit. Or put me in a position where I have to go back home with my parents. Why would I go through that? And then on top of that, I gotta fight to see my kids. And then depending on what type of judge you have. I mean, you remember the guy, the dancing dad that everybody was talking about the past couple of days? Him. How he gave his wife everything, all his fucking money, just make sure my kids were okay. And that still wasn't good enough for her. Still wasn't good enough for her. This man spent months in jail because of a judge who didn't like the simple fact that even though you gave her all your money, you were $200 short, and so I'm gonna file you in contempt of court. He had nothing, and she subpoenaed him to try to find out if he had more money. So you mean to tell me that in marriage, if a woman is so vindictive enough, she's willing to try to take everything from you and your children and try to put you in jail because of her own emotional instability? That is why. Those are the stories that I've read why guys are not getting married today. And it's because of women putting this stuff out there. Women put that stuff out there. That whole situation with that guy would not have happened if his daughter didn't start that shit. It wouldn't have. If his daughter would not have put that scenario out there trying to make him like the bad guy, he would not have to try to defend himself because of his business practices and how that would have made him look. He had to defend himself. And that's when he put all this shit out there. He did. After response of him, he tried to tell her to take it down. She said no. And all it did, it exposed the bullshit of the mother. Because people don't give a fuck. She didn't give a fuck about how it makes her family look. She didn't give a fuck about how it makes her dad look. Because she wanted to become Instagram famous. That's why a lot of these chicks are saying this stuff, because they know it resonates with a lot of women. Because a lot of women are on that bullshit. And I'm loving it. I am loving it, because it is finally waking guys up. It's finally letting guys know who women really are, and how you need to be more vigilant when it comes to vetting women, discerning who these women are, and be paying more attention to the people you let in your life. Because even your friends can your female friends can fucking destroy your reputation. One of the things about the 48 laws of power says you need to protect your reputation at all times. If you got someone within your corner that's willing to destroy it because of her feelings, you may not want to be friends with that person. You may not want to date that person. You may not want to marry that person, because that person's willing to destroy you. Why? Because she doesn't want her reputation to be destroyed. It's just food for thought, man. Guys, we need to be better when it comes to discerning the people that are around us, because they could try to destroy us. But at the same time, you guys have the tools, because they're giving you the tools. You got to know how to ask the right questions. If you got a chick right here that just wants to be around, wants to be Instagram famous, just wants to be around certain types of men to facilitate her career and stuff like that, then you already know what you're dealing with. You got to know what you're dealing with when you deal with these chicks, and you got to know what the type of environment that you're dealing in. If you know the environment's gonna demonize you and promote her, then you got to act accordingly. And I mean act accordingly as far as to protecting your reputation, so that way it's not tarnished within the society. That's what I mean by that. And you guys are given all the tools you have, because they're letting you know who they are. They're not, I've said this before, they're not wives, man. Wives wouldn't act like this. Ladies would not act like this. But they're telling you that they're not ladies. They are going to follow their natural instinct, which is to fulfill whatever thing that pleases them, and at the same time disregard anything morality when it comes to them. They're gonna take advantage of the system, no matter how it destroys you. You can be the child's father. I don't care. If I could get an advantage, I will take it. If I could destroy you in the process, I will take it. Because in their mind it only betters them, but they never look at how it affects the children. Are they telling lies to the children? They don't care if they tell a lie to their fucking child, as long as that child loves them and only them. I've had cousins that were dealing with chicks like this that they still haven't woke up from, where they will get the kids, try to bring them to the family reunion. Two hours later, they got to bring the kid back because the mother is acting a damn fool. And I be telling you, the older chicks don't like that, because it exposes that shit that they used to do, keeping the child away from the man and this, that, and the third. It exposes that shit, because like, if she's willing to do that to him, what did you do to dad? She's willing to do this to me. What did you do to dad, man? Mama? Just saying. Peace, my IBMOR peeps. Give you some food for thought. Deuces.